In a move that has sent shockwaves through the corridors of power, King Charles III has just bestowed a new, highly unusual title upon his disgraced brother, Prince Andrew. This isn't a return to royal duties. This is something far more strategic, and it comes as the palace is secretly considering a key, game-changing decision that will affect the entire future of the monarchy. Before we reveal the exact title and the shocking reason behind it, you need to be subscribed with notifications on. What is happening behind the scenes at Buckingham Palace right now is a high-stakes political chess game, and this new title for Andrew is the king's most daring opening move. You will not want to miss what happens next. For years, Andrew has been the royal family's #1 problem. Exiled, stripped of his military roles and his Royal Highness style, and living as a ghost in Royal Lodge. The official line was that he was finished, but now, the king has thrown him a lifeline, a title so unexpected, so seemingly contradictory, that it has left royal commentators scrambling for answers. This is not an act of forgiveness. It is an act of cold, hard political calculus. If you're ready to understand the king's master plan, hit that like button right now. The algorithm needs to know that the public is waking up to the real game being played. The walls have ears, and the truth is finally leaking out. The monarchy is in a state of transition, and Prince Andrew, against all odds, has just been given a role to play. To understand the sheer audacity of this move, you must remember the depth of Andrew's exile. He was, for all intents and purposes, politically and publicly dead to the institution. King Charles's slimmed-down monarchy was built on the idea of cutting away dead weight, and Andrew was the heaviest piece to be jettisoned. His name became synonymous with scandal, a permanent stain on the Windsor brand. So why now? Why break the exile? The answer lies not in the past, but in the future. The palace is acutely aware of its vulnerabilities. With a small core of working royals, the institution is fragile. King Charles and Prince William carry the overwhelming burden of public duty. There is no room for error, no room for scandal. And it is in this environment of heightened risk that a new threat has emerged, forcing the king to make a deal with the devil he knows. And while this high-stakes drama unfolds, make sure you're sharing this video with one person who follows the royals. Everyone needs to see the shocking direction this is heading. The key the palace is considering is a radical restructuring of the royal finances and property portfolio, a move that directly involves Andrew's home, Royal Lodge, and his compliance is essential. The new title is the king's bargaining chip. So what is the title? Our sources within the royal household can confirm it is not a traditional noble title like a duke or an earl. It is a specific, functional, and highly unusual designation, custodian of Royal Lodge. On the surface, it sounds almost menial. A custodian is a keeper, a guardian. But in the context of royal property in this specific moment, it is a title loaded with meaning and strategic genius. It does not restore Andrew's military honors. It does not give him back his HRH. But what it does do is legally and publicly reaffirm his tie to the 30-room mansion he calls home, a property the king has reportedly been desperate to reclaim for the crown. This title is a masterstroke of legal and PR maneuvering. For Andrew, it is a face-saving measure. He is no longer just a disgraced prince squatting in a royal palace. He is its official custodian. It gives him a shred of dignity and a formal, documented connection to the property. For the king, it is the first step in a much larger property negotiation. By formally acknowledging Andrew's role, he is creating a framework for a negotiated settlement, potentially offering Andrew a more modest property elsewhere in exchange for peacefully relinquishing his custodianship of this prime royal asset. The title is the carrot. The key the palace is considering is the stick, the potential full-scale legal and financial pressure to force him out if he refuses the deal. The king is offering a dignified exit, and this new title is the first part of the offer. The implications are massive, and if you're starting to see the king's long game here, you need to be subscribed. We will be the first to break news of any property swap or financial settlement. This brings us to the key part of our story. The palace is not just thinking about Royal Lodge in isolation. They are considering a grand, consolidated property strategy. The goal is to create a modern, efficient, and cost-effective royal estate in Windsor. The ideal scenario, from the palace's perspective, is a Windsor campus. This would involve consolidating key family members in a tighter geographic area for security, efficiency, and public relations. Securing Royal Lodge is the central piece of this puzzle. With Royal Lodge under Crown control, it could be repurposed as a royal academy, a headquarters for one of the family's charities, or even a residence for a future, less senior royal like Princess Beatrice. It is too valuable an asset to leave in the hands of a non-working, scandal-plagued royal. The new title for Andrew is the opening gambit in this multi-million-dollar property negotiation. The king is formalizing the conflict to resolve it. This entire strategy has the fingerprints of the Prince of Wales all over it. William is known to be a modernizer with a sharp eye for finance and public perception. He understands that the monarchy's future depends on its ability to adapt, streamline, and present a united, purposeful front. Allowing his uncle to remain in a 30-room mansion contradicts that entire vision. This new title is the first step in correcting that error. And if you support a modern, streamlined monarchy, hit that like button and share this video right now to show your support. The public's voice matters in these decisions. The billion-dollar question is, will Prince Andrew play along? Andrew is a man with nothing left to lose except the roof over his head. He has dug in his heels at Royal Lodge, reportedly telling friends he will never leave. For him, this new title could be seen as a victory, a sign that the palace is finally acknowledging his right to be there. He may use this newly formalized position to dig in even deeper, believing the title gives him greater legal standing. However, he is also a man facing immense financial pressure. The upkeep on Royal Lodge is reported to be in the hundreds of thousands of pounds per year. Without royal funding, his resources are finite. The king's offer, a new, fully maintained, and more private home, coupled with this dignified new title, might eventually look like the only sane option. It's a choice between a gilded prison of his own making or a comfortable, if reduced, retirement. The palace's strategy is to make the latter option so attractive and the former so financially and legally burdensome that he has no choice but to accept. This new title is the honey that disguises the medicine. It's a classic case of offer you can't refuse palace style. The fallout from this move will redefine how the monarchy handles its internal crises. First, the end of silent exile. The never complain, never explain approach to Andrew has failed. He hasn't faded away. This new title shows the palace is adopting a more proactive, managerial approach to its problems. They are engaging with the problem, not just hiding it. Second, the asset manager monarch. King Charles is acting less like a distant patriarch and more like a ruthless CEO of Monarchy plc. He is consolidating assets, cutting liabilities, and repurposing underperforming divisions. This is the slimmed-down monarchy in its most literal and brutal form. Third, the king's pragmatism. Charles has proven he is willing to make cold, unsentimental decisions for the good of the institution. He exiled his son Harry and is now strategically managing the exit of his brother. The message is clear: no individual is bigger than the crown. King Charles has given his brother a new title not as an honor, but as a tool. It is the key he is using to unlock a door that has been shut for years. The palace is considering a key move that will reshape the royal estate for a century. In the Game of Thrones, even a title can be a weapon. And the battle for Royal Lodge has just begun. Who will win? This story is evolving by the hour. The negotiation between king and brother is the most fascinating royal story of the year, and we are committed to bringing you every detail. But we need your help. Your subscription allows us to keep our sources active. Your likes push this story to a wider audience. Your shares create a public record that cannot be ignored. So, do it now. Subscribe, like, and share this video immediately. The future of the royal estate is being decided, and you are witnessing it firsthand. The crown always finds a way. Stay tuned.